Here are 22 crazy facts about Hyde from the game Doors. Who or what is Hyde? For the few people who don't know who Hyde is, it's basically a hostile entity from the game Doors. But there's this one thing that makes Hyde quite unique from the other entities, which is he doesn't have a physical form. Unlike Timothy, Jack, Rush, and all the other fun little guys from the game Doors, he doesn't have a body, nor no one knows really what he looks like. Or maybe Hyde is just so scary that seeing him would probably give us a heart attack. Maybe he's some sort of unknown arcane being from the Dark Realm. But hey, that's just a theory.
Where does one find Hyde?
Well, like the name suggests, Hyde actually does a little bit of hiding within the game. You can either find it hiding in a closet, or even under a bed. The devs literally went straight to the point when naming Hyde. What is Hyde's purpose? You most likely wouldn't guess that Hyde plays a very important part within the game Doors. And most people agree that Hyde was created for this very one reason. Hyde prevents players from camping inside hiding spots, allowing entities like Ambush to stay a threat, forcing the player in and out of hiding, adding to the skill level to the game. I'm sure we can all agree that Ambush would be completely useless if Hyde wasn't in the game. And especially if you're playing with friends who are a little bit more scared of the game, it kind of helps them push them forward because you don't want them to be camping in a goddamn closet for the entire game. That would be so annoying. Hyde's theorized appearance. Like how I just said, Hyde doesn't actually have a physical form in-game, but he does outside of the game. If you decide to pay close attention to the eviction notice badge, you can see that Hyde is actually peeking through the closet, and you'll be able to make out a singular white eye. We don't know if Hyde just has the one eye, or he's hiding the other eyes, or even multiple eyes behind the closed curtains. I don't know what would be scarier, one massive eye or multiple like 69 spider eyes. Hyde, let's see that beautiful face of yours, big guy. Let's see that face of your big guy. Come on, up, open up. Hyde's secret messaging. For whatever reason you do decide to stay under a bed or in a closet for too long, you're gonna trigger Hyde. The first sign that Hyde spawned, Hyde will visibly alter your screen, surrounding it with streaks of black, and this is theorized to be Hyde's tentacles. But if you stay in there even longer, your screen will simply say, "Get out," in flashing red text. Now that's pretty heckin' scary. The Tower Heroes crossover. For the few people who played Tower Hero, I'm gonna be honest, not my type of game, Hyde's actually in that game. Hyde can be unlocked as a follower in Tower Heroes, as part of the Doors x Tower Hero crossover, and it appears with two glowing white eyes. I personally wouldn't say this is the canon look of Hyde, just because it's in a different game, but it would be a good guess that Hyde might look something like this. But it's not confirmed yet, so don't act like it is. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. So if you stay in a closet or under a bed for too long, Hyde's simply just gonna push you out of there. He's not too big on sharing, right? But sadly, him kicking you out isn't the only thing that's gonna happen. He's gonna be dealing a total of 40 damage to you. So if Hyde attacks you 3 times, you're a goner. Also, when he kicks you out, you're stuck in like an animation, so it's likely Rush or Ambush is gonna kill you. Fun. I just love getting double teamed by a bunch of entities. Real fair, guys, real fair. The player being scared of Hyde. When Hyde does push you out, you might ask yourself, why don't you just go back in the closet when he kicks you out? Well, sadly, it don't work like that. If Hyde does successfully kick you out of the bed or in a closet, you won't be able to hide anywhere else for another 10 seconds. So if Hyde does kick you out during ambush, it's basically a guaranteed death sentence. The player's personal thoughts on Hyde. Like how I mentioned before, if you do try to go back into a closet or a bed after Hyde kicks you out, you won't be able to, right? Pretty cut and dry. But there's one more cool thing about this. The player will actually talk to himself, letting you know that you're not able to enter a hide. Attempting to re-enter a hiding spot within the time frame will leave the player with the message saying, something is stopping you from hiding. I'm guessing this is a message from the guiding light, or the player's personal thoughts. Hyde's secret modifier update. There was an update to Hyde that was never mentioned in the patch notes for the modifier update, and so this is kind of like a secret update for Hyde. After the modifier update, the red screen will not disappear immediately and will fade away. So you know how Hyde had those like flashing red messages of get out, get out, get out? Well, before, those would instantly go away, but after the update, now they just slowly fade away. I know, it's not that big of a deal, but still, Lightning Splash never mentioned it. Hyde's difficulty scaling. For the very few people within the Doors community who have the ability to beat the game, you probably noticed that hide gets a lot harder with every passing room. In room 2, hide is basically non-existent. It takes a total of 15 seconds for hide to kill you. But if we go all the way to room 99, it takes hide around 2.5 seconds to kick you out. So with each passing room, hide gets harder and harder. So just make sure the further you get into the level, the better you are at timing your hides. The hide-free zones. Hide isn't actually present in every single room. There's a few rooms inside of the game that hide is no longer present in. Hide will not attack the player during room 50 and 100, as well as within the rooms. The reason why hide is not in room 100 or 50 is because Figure's in there. And just imagine how hard Figure would be if you got pushed out of the closet during the heartbeat minigame. It would basically be impossible. Hide's unique AI in hardcore mode. If you're in room 50 and hiding within a closet, but someone opens up the door, hide will kick you out to force you out of the room. But it's a little different in hardcore mode. If Figure is killed by a holy hand grenade before the exit door is open, hide will no longer be active, allowing you to stay in the closet even after the door is open. And so with the holy hand grenade only being in a hardcore mode, this can only happen in hardcore mode. The removed hide free zones. Alright guys, we gotta go all the way back before the Hotel Plus update. So this is like way ancient Doors. This is like OG Doors. Do you guys remember the old room 99? That one room that Figure pushed you in and you gotta hide in that closet? Well, that room was also a hide free zone for the exact same reason why room 50 is, and also room 100. Because it's kind of impossible to do the heartbeat minigame if hide is pushing you out. Hide is also scared. This is a theory within the community, but it's actually theorized that Hide is actually scared of all the other entities, and that's why he hides, right? Just like the player does. And this kinda does help explain why Hide is in no room that Figure's in, just because he's just too scared to be even close to Figure. But what do you guys think? Do you think this theory could actually be true? The odds in Tower Hero to get Hide. Whoopie dippy doo, another Tower Hero fact. Well, apparently Hide has a 1 out of 100 chance to replace Jack in Tower Hero. I do not know if you guys care about this, but it is a fact, so whoopie dong doo. Hide's Wombo Combo. Hide is notorious for comboing you with other entities. If you do get kicked out by Hide, it's most likely going to be followed up by Rush absolutely destroying you, or Ambush doing the exact same thing. This actually happens so often that the Guiding Light will provide a special death message about the combo between the two entities. What an absolute a-hole. Hide, there's enough room for the both of us. Don't be a please. Super hard mode makes the game harder? This fact is kinda hard to believe, trust me, I know, but hardcore mode makes the game harder. In Doors hardcore mode, Hide will actually push you out 50% more quicker. So in hardcore mode, you're definitely going to be needing to time these hides right at the pixel perfect time. Having claustrophobia indoors. Before Hide was added to the game was going to be way lamer than it currently is. But this was changed in favor of Hide being added as an entity. And as always, common W for the devs. I think it would be kind of lame to have claustrophobia. I like it actually being a physical entity, which adds a little bit more spookiness to the game. Claustrophobia might be real, but Hide is real in our nightmares. The monster under the bed. Speaking of nightmares, that's where the inspiration of Hide comes from. Think back to when you were a kid, right? There's always a monster in the closet or a monster being under your bed. And that's where Hide was inspired from childhood trauma. And it fits kind of perfectly. You find Hide in a closet, you find Hide under a bed. Just like how our childhood imagination told us, rooms inspired doors. As most of you guys already know, the game Rooms heavily inspired what Doors became to be, right? Well, Hide could have came from that inspiration as well. Rooms had a concept locker monster that was planned to be added to the game, but sadly, it was never added. This concept monster was just like Hide. The locker monster would punish the player who took too long in their lockers. I know it would probably make the game a lot harder, but a little piece of me wish this was added to the rooms, because the rooms definitely does need a few more entities. Hide makes the player go deaf. If you've been hiding long enough for the flashing red text to say get out, it's about to get a lot worse. The sound outside the closet will actually begin to be muffled. So you won't be able to hear Rush or Ambush if they're coming. But I guess that's not really an issue, because if they are coming, you're probably about to die from Hide kicking you out. The Hide glitch. There is this tiny itty bitty little glitch within the game that can be a little annoying. This glitch is super rare and no one knows why or how it happens. So the flashing get out screen, right? Really annoying, very flashy, very not fun. Sadly, that can actually get stuck on your screen forever, and the only way to get rid of it is by dying. Luckily, this glitch has not been seen for a while, so it's most likely been patched, but no one really knows for sure. Please let me know down in the comments if this ever happened to you. I am genuinely curious. Did you learn something new today? If so, like, subscribe, and watch the next video right here. Trust me, you're gonna love it.